Hey guys, this is Daniel from Valor Comic Services and welcome to the channel. I just got back from the Dallas Card Show. Dallas Card Show is one of the top card shows in the nation. It's a great time for sports card collectors to come together and buy, sell, and trade their collection. It also creates the opportunity for non-sport card fans to get together, hang out, and have a good time, and really swap Marvel cards. So I was able to go this weekend with a bunch of guys that have really built up the community for Marvel cards, like Marvel Guy, Scandell, Stacking Gems, Marvel Madness MCU, Spidey Hits, and several others. We had a great time just getting to hang out as well as talk about things that are coming up, Spider-Man Metal, which is going to be huge, and really get ready for that release. We also got to do several box breaks. We opened up several different boxes from Marvel's 75th anniversary, a 1992 Impel Jim Lee set, and that was a bunch of fun. I'll put the links down below where you can check that out, but also do yourself a favor and just skip to the last 15 minutes because that's when it gets worthwhile. I'm going to show you what cards I picked up from the card show and what I'm excited about. So starting off, I was able to pick up this 1996 gold canvas Magneto with art by Boris Vallejo. And Magneto needs some braces for sure. Kind of got a gnarly underbite, but the artwork on this card is just great. It pops. It looks freaking killer. Especially if I was going to make a display and then have a Magneto next to this card, it'll be looking dope. Next up from the same set, I've got the Incredible Hulk gold canvas. Same thing, artwork done by Boris Vallejo. Both of these cards are from the insert of that set, which where you can see up here, it's 3 of 6 and 2 of 6. So now I only need 4 more cards and I'll have the gold canvas inserts knocked out. This Hulk is definitely not my favorite Hulk. In fact, it's not even my Hulk. But it's part of the set and I can't deny that the artwork is not great. I just do not like this head. I don't know what's going on with that portrait of the Hulk, but that's not the Hulk. Next up, from the Marvel Masterpiece 2016 set, this artwork is by Joe Jusko, and a lot of card fans consider Joe Jusko to be one of the top artists for Marvel cards of all time. He also did the 1992 set that a lot of people are familiar with. Joe Jusko is great, and to me this is a card that really shines from this set. And it features Emma Frost. Like this whole artwork is sick. The What If insert, which is serial number just like this one, it pops and it has the artwork from X-Men 129 featured in. So up here has the X-Men logo and then all the little nice touches that go along with this cover. But I love this, even though she looks like the actress from Big Bang Theory. I can't think of her name offhand, but I feel like I'm looking at whenever I look at this card. And it's kind of pervy. It's definitely not something you would just put on your office display shelf, but it's cool to have regardless. Next, this is one of my favorite things to have. This is my favorite type of insert, and this is a Comet Cut from X-Men number 14. X-Men number 14 features the first appearance of the Sentinels. And I can flip this over and show you. Here is the image of that comic book cover for Sentinels. And what's really cool about Comet Cuts is you have a serial number card shown here. This one is number 6 out of 50. And what that means is Upper Deck took a issue of X-Men 14 and cut it into 50 different pieces. Well, in doing that, they put the panel from the comic inside of the trading card and then make a collectible out of it. And what's really neat about these is you'll have your set of 50 for this individual issue. And say if I had number 5 right here, this is number 6 and this is number 7. Number 5's panel is going to be completely different than what is shown here. Number 6 is going to be unique to number 6 and 7 is going to be unique to number 7. So you can really get a history for that issue by the Comet Cuts. And this is just super cool. So again, first appearance of the Sentinels with a panel of the Sentinels inside of it. So I'm really grateful to have that. I will probably be a huge Comet Cut collector. So if you see this and you have Comet Cuts and they're not a thing for you, reach out to me and I'll gladly take them off your hands. Next up, from Marvel Masterpieces 2008, this is a writer autograph card from writer Roy Thomas. Roy Thomas did a lot of influential work in the Silver Age and transitioning into the Copper Age, or the Bronze Age. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The Bronze Age. And with this one, he was big on writing for Avengers. And what's really cool about this card is it has the artwork that's a homage to Avengers number 57, which is the first appearance of the Vision. So you can see the Vision featured here with artwork from that classic Silver Age style, signed by Roy Thomas. And this is super cool. There's a Roy Thomas signing that's about to be going on at the CGC. So if getting Roy Thomas to sign your comic books is something that interests you, then send an email or reach out to me on social media and we'll get you ready for that CGC signing. Following after this one, this is really cool. So this is a sketch card from a sketch artist, Liddy Lee. Liddy Lee is one of the top sketch artists that we have right now. These cards that get put out by Liddy are always phenomenal. You've never really seen one that is trash, and this Vision card is really special. I happened to find these two at the same time from the same seller. So to get these two paired up side by side like that, I really appreciate it. I think that's super cool. Right behind that, I was able to get the 6th sketch of Rocket Raccoon. I believe that my research showed that this sketch was done by the artist Breed, another sketch artist that puts out phenomenal work. And I wanted to get this sketch of Rocket with how all the detail that's put into it. This is a really cool card. One of my favorite pickups from the weekend. This is the 2018 Jambalaya of Spider-Gwen. Jambalayas are inserts that were really popular with sports cards, and if they found their way into Marvel, that's why you can see here where it says Jambalaya. Flip it over, Jambalaya on the back. Out of this set from the 2017 Spider-Man, there were 30 Jambalayas, and this one is 13 out of that. And the artwork on this card I just love. Like, that is such a beautiful card. Spider-Gwen has some of my favorite cards that have been put out. A shout out to 2020 Marvel Masterpiece Spider-Gwen. And even though I will not be a Spider-Gwen collector, there's definitely a handful of Spider-Gwen cards that I plan on keeping for my PC. Next, this is the wife's card, as she likes to call it. But this is a PSA 9 Scarlet Witch Black Parallel. And Black Parallels are very special. It takes 100 base cards from within that set of X-Men Metal to make this one. It's a complete Upper Deck exclusive. I have other videos where I break down how the parallels work within that set, and I'll put a link here for you to check that out if that's something that interests you. But I love the artwork on the Scarlet Witch, so this is a really sweet card. And it was something I picked up Friday. Like, as soon as I saw it, I had to pick it up. And the big accomplishment over the weekend is from 2013 Retro. This is Magneto, and a lot of people consider this to be the best Magneto card that's out. This is a red PMG of him. This is numbered 98 out of 100, and it is a sick Magneto card. This one is a SGC 8.5, and it's great. So super happy to have this. I do prefer the 2015 artwork of Magneto with him in that white suit. However, this one is undeniable with the color match. Like, the red on this helmet, it just pops. Like, that's gonna look really sweet next to another Magneto figure. Now I'm looking at it, I didn't even realize that I picked up 2 Magneto cards until just now. So that's really cool and special. Coming back from Dallas Card Show was very educational. I found that I collect a different way from most other collectors, and that in the card community, graded cards are king when it comes to card shows. That's where the primary focus is going to be, especially fixating on the condition and grade of these cards. So taking that knowledge back it's very critical to what I do going forward. For instance, with this Jambalaya of Spider-Gwen I just got, that's going to be going out to PSA with the next batch of cards that I send. And also it made me realize that you don't have to rainbow characters. I was very heavily motivated to rainbow cards early on. If I started to get 2 or 3 of the same card with a different parallel, I immediately wanted to rainbow it. I now know that it's not necessary. You don't have to do that. In fact, don't do that unless it's a personal character that you're all in on. I wouldn't rainbow anything, because that's money that you can definitely find other cards for cheap using your resources and build a more diverse collection, which I think is really cool. My good friend Spidey Hits, he was there all weekend. Spidey was able to walk around and hang out with vendors as well as chit chat with them. I'll put a link in the description as well, so you can check out his channel for a lot of great content that came from that show. Overall, at the Dallas Card Show, there was a lot of momentum that has been picked up for the Marvel card community, especially when you look at how it was 6 months ago and dramatically from where it was a year ago. At every other booth, there seemed to be Marvel cards in some capacity, so they had a lot more presence than what's been there before, and it's a hobby that's going to continue to grow. Once Spider-Man Metal gets here, that set is going to reach some numbers that probably haven't been seen in a very long time, and I believe that it's going to bring a lot of new collectors there to see what the interest is and build as well. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of these cards. And right now, I'm trying to ballpark and figure out who are the top 10 Marvel characters, not cards, characters, in popularity. So if you've made it this far, please do me a favor and drop me your top 10 Marvel characters. That way I can create a poll in about a month and I can try to gauge. It's something that's been interesting to me, and I would love to get some feedback on that as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys.